This is an idea that really is helpful for inversions. I pretend that my quadricep is glued to my chest. I'm going to pretend that my quad is glued to my chest. And as I come to Warrior Three, even though I'm going to ultimately straighten my right leg, the whole time I'm thinking right thigh to chest, right thigh to chest, right thigh to chest. And that gives me this core integrity to land in the pose, to find the pose. You got it. You got it. You're there. You're just in a Warrior Three. You're just there. And we're coming back. Bringing your knee back and setting your foot down. It's the same process you do taking your legs up in a headstand. Okay, I'm going to turn around just so it's clear. So my mind is telling my left thigh to lift up to me. My imagination is that my left thigh, no matter what my knee is doing, is staying glued to my chest. So even though ultimately, as you come into Virabhadrasana 3, your leg will extend and lengthen, the whole time you're thinking quad lifting to navel or lifting to left rib cage, however you want to think of it, lifting to your chest, and that will give you some power in the pose. And then you come back with that same idea, drawing all the way in. Good. Forward fold. Right foot, left foot, down dog. Flow or skip. So a lot of yoga and the power of yoga is your mental focus, and that's the goal of yoga, to get so focused in this moment that everything else fades away. Part of how we do that, come to the top of the mat, is by having these kind of imaginary conversations with our bodies. It's the secret ingredient in what makes your practice graceful and steadfast. All right, stand up. Bring your hands to your hips. Kickstand your right foot out. Tailbone down, belly in. Now, my right thigh is nowhere near my chest, but I can ask my right thigh to pull up to my chest. Notice what happens in your belly. We're in the lowest form of tree pose. Notice what just turned on. You can add squeezing your left hip in. Great. So now you've got this rock steadiness because you're doing this idea of lifting here. Your core's on. Then it might be easy to lift your foot above your ankle. And it might be easy, hands-free, to lift your foot above your knee. Because the power is coming from here, from your leg and your core being integrated. Vrikshasana. If you just go, teacher saying tree pose, it's not about, that's not yoga. We can all put our foot in tree pose, but it's about the connection from here to your body. Second side, let's try it. So start in the subtle form of the pose, kickstand, Vrikshasana, so that it's something that's all doable. Tighten the hips in, for sure. That's part of it. Tailbone down, yes. And then this idea of lifting your quad up. Should feel like things start to turn on in your midsection. Then from the power of that idea, you might be able to hands-free. So now I'm wobbly, yes, but now you're training your body to build this deep core strength. Say you never do a headstand or a handstand, ever. But here's a way to get a lot of the core work that happens in those poses without being on your hands. Good. Awesome, Laura. Great. Great, Stephanie. Awesome. Awesome. Steady. Really good, Marcia, because I know some of you have these challenge, feel kind of wobbly in these poses. Release. That's an idea, this quad idea. Back pocket, every yoga practice, you'll never go wrong with that one. Inhale.